Hi, welcome. I know I'm usually an avatar, but I figured for a reaction video, you kind of need to show your reaction. So I'll get on here, and I don't care that I'm ready for bed. My hair is all braided up, but I heard this song today, and I've actually listened to Struggle Jennings a lot lately. And this song today just really hit me, and I wanted to share it. And I haven't really had the time to sit down and really look at it. I just kind of heard it, you know what I'm saying, and then posted it on my Twitter. But was doing a lot of other stuff, so I really didn't get the time to sit and watch and pay attention. But even just what I did here, it was pretty. Well, let's see. Let's just get in it, okay? So this is Struggle Jennings and Brianna. Hold on 1 second. Because she's new, I'm used to Caitlin singing with him. So it's Struggle Jennings and Brianna Harness, Cry for Help, okay? And I just want to dedicate this to all of the children that are missing right now, and that we're praying for them to come home in the name of Jesus. Lord, we know you can do all things. So, Father, I just thank you right now. These babies are going to come home, that you're going to find them. Whatever that looks like. Lord, I ask you to help the families, the mothers, the fathers, the siblings, Lord, the grandparents, and everybody else who's been looking for these children, Lord. Father, we need a resolution, and we need answers, Lord. And I know that it's in your time. I just ask you to give us peace and comfort in the midst of it, and especially these parents. In Jesus' name, amen.
Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help. Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help.
I hear you loud and clear. I'm a patriot and I'm a patriarch, but I'm a father first and I'ma play that part. Gonna stand for mine and never bow or buckle there for anybody that ever get in trouble. Yeah, storm is brewing, I can see them clouds, hear the children crying, baby clearing loud. Shine a light on shadows, I'ma clear them out. Don't wanna hear the truth, you better hear them now, before it hits home and it's too close to the night effects that you've been running from. I made it through hell just to show and tell all the lost ones where I've been coming from. My number one is my household and my family, always been my saving grace. There's a war right now and it's taking place, and you bite your tongue so you saving now. This my battle crowd, little jets, common sense. When it's good and evil, you can't ride the fence. That's some coward shit. I'll throw the blows, I'll lose it all to save their innocence. I'll deliver this with the jits, cause your ignorance makes us different.
Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help. Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help.
Loud and clear. the blindfold off of these blurry eyes. Gonna be a horror story with a scary dies. Angels fly with their guns out, causing hell of fire when Mother Mary cries. I heard the lies, but I seen the truth. They gonna silence you if you bring the proofs. They gon' call you crazy when you call them out. They try to box us in, but we can box them out. Don't dare ask me what I'm talking about. If you ain't listened yet, then you'll never hear it. We gon' pray to God and we gon' stand up. Got an army here, I know the devil fear. Yeah, the future's clear when you know the past. And that train is coming and it's rolling fast. Gotta fix the path that's on the broken track. There's no time for us to be holding back. Now we need some leaders to wake up the sleepers. Make believers out of non-believers. Let freedom of speech ring through the speakers. Take the filthy rich to the cleaners. Shine our light, baby, high beamers. Don't let sex crimes be a misdemeanor. Protect these babies from these sickening creatures. I refuse to sit and watch from the bleachers.
Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help. Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help. Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help. Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help.
Okay, do y'all know how many children like are in this situation? Because I'm going to show you some statistics. And what do you think about that song? Like, I feel like that song is just so moving because it kind of shows pieces of what's really going on. Let me get the end of it actually, because if we get past this part, see. I don't know why those things jump up in front of it. You can't see, but it says in 2019 there were 421,394 reports of missing children. Report information about a missing child to, well, it says the National Center for Exploiting and Missing Children, 24-hour hotline, but I would call your local police office and your state law enforcement division, honestly, before I went there. So, and the reason being, I will go ahead and share with you. It has to do with who runs the National Center for Exploited and Missing Children, which is why a lot of children don't get found. Megan Walsh, who is John Walsh's daughter, is very vocal and sharing her. Hey, Callie, Karen, how are you doing? I was on the other, what do you call it? The other piece of the live stream, so I couldn't see the chat. Struggle, Jennings, and Tom McDonald are spreading the message. Demons are running. Yeah, you're right about that. That's exactly what's going on. Well, we know that enemy knows his time is short, so he's running amok. Yes, he is. You're right. Because his daughter is exposing him. And look, when your own daughter is exposing you, yeah, there's a problem. So, it's good to see you too. I was going to show some stuff actually that was on. Listen, I don't know if you know who Kathy O'Brien is, but like she's the pioneer of like opening up all this stuff about the MK Ultra mind control. Yes, you're right. He's still alive, and that's why they're treating her like that. Because she started asking questions. They didn't like that, and so they have been trying to give her heck by taking her kids. And her last baby was like 5 days old, and they took them from her anyway. I mean, it's a mess. And Kathy O'Brien is a hero. I agree. And so that's what I'm going to share some of these things because I actually got to talk a little bit to her through Twitter. And that is such a blessing because I've read her book, Transformation of America, like back in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was waking up. And to what I had been through my Freemasonic, high level Freemasonic family. And she has helped me so much. And it was an honor. She actually retweeted one of my tweets. Let me get over there. Um, it's been a pretty big day. People texting and not texting, tweeting is what they call it. Let's see. Go to Twitter and share. Alrighty. Now I might not be able to see your messages for just 1 second because I want to get to these. All right. Now I did a podcast the other day, and it was on Emma's channel, which she actually was interviewing Kathy O'Brien. However, we will see on here that they gave Emma a big fat copyright strike, and they played no music. They did that. They're just trying to control the narrative. They do not want the truth to come out, and Kathy is the truth teller. So, yes, they're shutting. They're trying to shut the truth information down from getting out. So, we'll look at these. I'm not really proficient on Twitter very good yet. So, let's look. Oh, I was talking about the movie Trance. And I did say I bought this movie. I knew I could not just rent it. There is so much information and confirmation that it took me several days to watch it. I would take breaks and go back, then rewind and go back. Evidence undeniable. I have advertised it everywhere. Thank you for your bravery. And that was referring to somebody else, but this was my comment that I made on Kathy O'Brien's tweet. And then I'm trying to get down to it. Most of everything on what I watch has actually got to do with child trafficking through the CPS or Child Protective Services. We don't have any rights because they try to take our rights. Let's see. This was about Megan. Let's see. I was trying to find the one. Oh, I was trying to find the one that Emma had put up. That's actually one I tweeted. It says, yeah. Well, so I retweeted it, but it says, "Can you handle the truth? It's available, but you have to swallow it, or you be able to swallow it." So it says the pill that everyone wants, the truth, but nobody seems to swallow. See, I told you I'm not really great at getting around Twitter, but I can do a little bit. I know how to tweet and I know how to read like what is right then, but when I go back and try to find stuff, it's hard. Ooh, that might be it. Oh, that's about Putin saying that he's going to make he will make public the depopulation plan the United States and Europe have planned. The scientists hidden in the Ukraine bioweapons labs we captured are in Moscow right now. They're disclosing everything. So that makes you wonder, why did Joe Biden run over to, well, he didn't run anywhere, but why did they carry his brain, that fool, over to the Ukraine, but yet he couldn't go to Palestine, Ohio, is it? I believe that they had that incident where there's no water. They're worried about the water. There's so many things just messed up, but yet they'll go over there to the Ukraine, but they won't go to a state in our own country. and worry about the people there having food and water. That's messed up. And let's see. Uh, But anyway, it was the interview with Kathy O'Brien. Or maybe if I went to Kathy's page. Um, and Imagination Podcast was the page that actually did it. So I personally went and, okay, like Megan just put, what kind of psyop? Oh, she was talking to somebody else. I don't want to get in there. Tweet, because sometimes people will kind of tweet personal messages in between. So let's see. She's saying, all right, like her page right here on, and just tell everybody to subscribe to her if you can, because the more people she has to back her up, the better it's going to be for her to get her children back. All right, Megan Walsh, and at Megan Walsh _ okay, and this is her right here actually with President Reagan. This is her father, John. This is her mother, Eve. This is none other than, guess. Let's just take a guess who you think this is. Anybody have a guess? Let me look and see who you think it is. Who do you think that is? Oh, okay. Um, right there. If I wish I could make that a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can. Is that better? Well, this is Hunter Biden right here. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Up there at the National Center for Exploiting the Missing Children, but yet he has got laptops running around with child CP on it and other horrible things. So, yeah, he's up there accepting an award for his brother, Megan said. And yeah, so I'm not sure if that's when he was sleeping and having an affair with his dead brother's wife, and was doing things to his little niece that was also caught on the laptop. But Megan says, let's do this. Incorruption. Daughter of John Walsh, God and Mom, life first. Speaking up for truth. Abolish CPS. Killing skin cancer with Rick Simpson oil. Justice for Adam. And a lot of people, like myself, believe that Adam may still be alive, that he could have possibly been trafficked or sold, or, you know, I certainly hope not sacrificed or anything, because we know what happens in these families. If you just look at how many there are, especially in the Scientology, it's a mess. Oh, that's another thing. Nikki 38 and I are going to be looking into some cases of actual real cults, and we're going to expose those, because some of it can actually turn around into the child trafficking and child SA and SRA and all those things, when you get into these cults and stuff, because many of them are Luciferian or satanistic or satanic. And there's certain days that are, holy days for them. And the Bible tells us to be wise as serpents but gentle as doves. We have to know who we're fighting, you know. So we have got to stay aware and on top of things, and don't let him get over on us. Let's see. Now, I'm going to get further down on her page. Let's see. I'm not going to be on here long tonight because it's already late. I got started late. My daughter French braided my hair for me because I'm so hot. Let's see. So, and she put, so many people are starting to realize, thank God. And it's about Susan Dunn Cobb. And if you look at that with the bunny right there, it says board member for International Center for Missing and Exploited Children molests his own child. Wow. So who do you call then, Who do you call when the people you're supposed to call are molesters? It's like set up from the get, like to catch every direction. And I've got some statistics of missing children and how many get caught, how many do not. Let's see. Oh, I do want to read the one that I had mentioned, and then Kathy O'Brien actually. Um, there's so many different things like this stuff about them trying to push these um, vaccines on us through our children, with our children, and like trying, just trying to scare us into stuff, like put fear over you. And we're not supposed to be fearful of anything. Um, we all scream, save our children, yet nothing has stopped this. This is Megan's post. The perspective of the children in these situations are ignored and even weaponized. This must stop. It is repeated child trafficking. So it says, check out your favorite child advocates video on TikTok. Your favorite child's advocate on TikTok. This was very hard to make. Like, seriously, please speak your truth and save the foster youth. Foster care abuser kids. I wonder what that is. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. Oh. Can y'all see that TikTok? Okay. I just want to make sure you can see it. All right, let's see what this is. I might have to cut it on. It's heartbreaking. Wow, that hurts her heart. I wonder. I hope they. I really do. I'm gonna put a heart on that. Make a comment, hopefully, and look into that because that's concerning. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what I wanted to share. Let me look on my page. Hold on. Um, I think we've got some cats remodeling our bathroom in there. They sound pretty loud. Oh yes. This is interesting. The WHO, which is the World Economic Forum, of course. It says Dr. Anastasia Maria Laupis, on February 24th says that, let's just hear what she's got to say out of her own cotton picking mouth.
We cannot hide away from human population growth because, it underlies so many of the other problems. All these things we talk about wouldn't be a problem if there was the size of population that there was 500 years ago. We cannot hide away from human population
Well,
growth.
no, you look about
because,
500 years old.
it underlies so many of the other problems. All these things.
Years ago, that'd be you. So I've got a good idea. All these people who want to push population control and kill off the people, which we can see that's what they're doing through all kind of things. Look into the eggs and the chickens and why they really killed those off, and has something to do with the old Jabiru. And also, we have Bill Gates, one of the biggest leaders and speakers and proponents against depopulation. I want to know who died and left him God in his mind, because, like, who gets to decide, who's going to be killed? Like, they look at us as cattle, which is what I've said. I said, here you go, folks. These creatures look at us like cattle. I say, if they want to depopulate the world, then they go. Then we won't have any problems at all. Because the truth is, we don't have any problems. We have got so much land, so many resources, that if these greedy people didn't want to hoard everything with the demons they're colluding with, then we would have plenty of food for the world. Because you know why? The world would work together like they used to, and they would plant gardens and they would help their neighbors and they would do things like that. But they have to put so much propaganda on TV and fear mongering that they are constantly making people so confused that they don't even know what's going on, which way is up. And they're constantly trying to divide us. They're trying to divide us between our male, female, or you can't say either one of them. You have to say all these different pronouns or whatever they want you to say. And then we've got the public schools that are holding after school Satan clubs. We've got the I'm just trying to think of all the main things that are like going on all at once. It's just like so much all at once. And then they just got through having their meetings, of course, where they meet up in Switzerland and Davos and all these other meetings that they have, the World Economic Forum that we just saw. But my thing is this, Bill Gates has absolutely no degree on anything to decide anything about vaccinations, about anything to do with science. Nothing. The only thing he's done is spread disease. That's what he's done. Look what happened to Africa when Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation opened up and started bringing vaccines into Africa. Look what happened. Well, first of all, AIDS was exposed. Then all the parents started dying off, and then the little children were left orphaned. And what do you think that they do with the orphaned children? They're trafficked. So it's just sick. It's not just in America, it's worldwide. And we just, like, I'm just saying, it's to the point now that we cannot be silent about this anymore. We have to stand up. We have to, to find out what's going on. And every chance we get, we have to speak on this because these kids, they don't have a voice of their own. Just like in that video, that girl in the front sitting on that mattress right there and waiting, just waiting for them to send some man in there. And I've heard kids that are on the videos talking about this stuff that are like 12 years old, and they're talking about having to service 20 men a day or more. And just, that is just heartbreaking. They don't even have a childhood anymore. But let me see if the Emma was under that. Oh yeah. Then recently the DEA warned that ADHD overprescription could be as bad as the opiate crisis with 41 million users. So much so that the FDA announced a shortage of Adderall in October. Nikki posted that. And I find that interesting because I feel like that this is part of their depopulation agenda, I feel like. Because they're causing people, just like with the opiates, in the streets to get on heroin if the doctor cuts them off their pills and they get on heroin. But instead of heroin, they slip the fentanyl on them. And now they've got another new tranquilizer drug that the Narcan doesn't even work on. So the people are overdosing. It's like they want to kill the certain segment off the population first. And I know many people have had, probably people have been affected by this. And Narcan won't even work on this. It's so sad. This is true. Kathy O'Brien tweeted, "Time for us to stop looking outside of ourselves for big government, tech, or pharma to do it for us. They're doing it to us, right? They're not going to do it for us. They're doing it to us. Time to take responsibility to freely live our own lives in light of truth, peace, and wisdom gained." Okay, here's the one I'm talking about. This was the show that I actually covered the other day, and I let both it, and I didn't go through the whole show because we got to talking about some survivors and about some things. And also, I didn't really want to do the whole show because I really would like you to go to Emma's page called Imagination Podcast, and you can see it's right here. Now, this is her Twitter, and it's called it's right here. Emmapreneur is like EMMA. It's at the THEEMMAPRENeur. like an entrepreneur, but is Emma in that. So, and then she has BitChute, because honestly, I think they took this off of YouTube, so you can catch it on bitchute.com, #video, which if you come to her Twitter, you can push this, or I might can link it on the bottom of this page so you can watch it the rest of the way. Because, Kathy O'Brien has had 35 years of freedom, and she speaks about cannabis and all those things on there, and about how that frees your mind up. It helps free you from mind control. So we can watch this little short video right here.
This is happening on a global scale, that people are becoming active in their. When people realize how much that we've been manipulated and conditioned to look outside ourselves for answers, we look to big pharma and we look to big tech, we look to big governments. Like, well, we need to have this government clean up this mess. No, it's up to us. We have to do it. It's up to each and every one of us to start draining that swamp from the bottom up. It's up to us to reclaim the sanctity of our lives and our own communities. Get out and talk with each other, eye to eye, heart to heart, soul to soul. Get active in the school system, protect the children, get active in local communities. We're going to have to do all that, because
I'll be honest with you, that's the best way. If you cannot homeschool your children, volunteer to work in the child's school. With my older 3 children, that's what I did. And I did hair, but during those years, I worked at the school, because you know what? Your kids are treated better and they're treated differently, and you have a lot more control over what happens and what they learn.
We've been looking outside ourselves for so long, and the answer, the solution is within us, each and every one of us. And it's time for us to start living our life's purpose. It's amazing to me. What an amazing time to be alive during this great awakening. Like I said, what's going on today has been going on my whole life. And it's so good to see people finally seeing it, and taking action, because awareness is the first step towards positive, necessary change. And people are doing it, and it's happening everywhere. Media is not telling us. They're not telling us that this is happening on a global scale, that people are becoming active in their communities and, and taking responsibility for their lives. They're growing their own food that's healthy and nutritious,
That's what I'm trying to stop.
And they're getting out in nature and feeling the earth beneath their feet and breathing in the air, and listening to nature. People are taking this action everywhere, and we just need to realize that it's up to us to reclaim that for ourselves individually, and then collectively as a community. And from there, we don't have to be looking to someone to come and fix this mess for us. It'll just naturally be done as we go about living our lives the way they were intended to be lived, with compassion and care, and just the kind of love that is innate to us. This is our time. What an amazing time to be alive and live life's purpose.
I heard that. Okay, that's Transformation of America, which is her book. Okay. I would suggest, if you can get a copy of it, it is a great book. And I thought they were going to put
when people realize how much.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. And well, it might not let me go back. Let's see. Come on. Let me go. Okay, there you go. And there's just so much. There's just really, it's just, if you start looking into this, just be prepared, because you're going to go down some rabbit holes that you probably don't want to find out what's really going on. Megan Walsh said, John Walsh, besties, Hank Asher, no deceased data miner, and ex-drug smuggler in Spotlight that Thorne uses thanks to Ernie Allen using Asher's software too. Is it the same software Walsh and Asher lost a bid from the U.S. to use their national security? Rudy's firm got $30 million for pimping data miner. See, these people are not who you think they are. They're just, and the biggest thing is like, if I could get to Kathy O'Brien's page, um, let me see. Somebody left me a message. She should volunteer then. I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't volunteer. Let's see. Um, um, these are all questions. My eyes, I can't hardly see. I need to put on so bad. I went too far down. Well, if I can't find it, it's no big deal. I just wanted you to see. Well, maybe I can put it up here. Let's see. If I go to home to pull up their latest tweet, so it might be on there. And my Twitter is Selah, SELAH, at Sharon W70725409. And I don't know, they made it for me. So I don't know why. That was so loud. I mean, that was such a long number. I didn't pick it. I would have picked something much easier. And I don't even know if you can go back. No. Oh, I love oysters on the half shell. That look good. Yeah, that's true. Come on, where it go? It was on there. I'm telling you, I'm not great at this thing. I'm really not. I have to look on here for a long time to find what I'm looking for. And a lot of people are upset because they're sending so much money over there. What? This is happening in Switzerland. What is that? What? Like, what's the reason for that? Like, what are they doing? What? People are just standing around letting that happen, not doing anything. This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is the evilness that I'm talking about in our world. We've got to stand up and come against this stuff. It is just too much. It's gotten so bad. And that's one reason they're trying to effeminate the man, to make them effeminate. They're trying to, you know, oh, this toxic male masculinity. Well, let me tell you something. If somebody's breaking in your house and wanting to rape your wife and your daughter, you're going to wish somebody had some toxic male masculinity. I know as me and as a woman and having, children, I'll tell you this. I sure want my husband to have male masculinity. They can call it toxic or not, but I want my husband to protect us, and that's what they're supposed to do. So, but they don't want to make it. They want to make it where the lines are so blurred you can't see anything. Well, I'm on here and look for the real Kathy O'Brien, and it's spelled with OBRIEN. I don't know why I can't find her. Because normally she just might not be on right now. Because I just kind of pop in and out on this all day because I'll get something, and it'll actually alert me, and then sometimes I'll just in if it's something interesting. Let's see. She puts a lot of interesting stuff. I'm glad she's on here now. I know where to look because I didn't even know how to find her or anything before. Oh, let's look at this for a minute. Ooh, this is gonna make you like scream. This Alisa Blue. They might have taken it down though. But it was on my other thing that I made. She was talking about how children should be able to decide if they're going to have relationships in a intimate way with adults. Now she says she's a trafficking survivor, but she thinks it's okay to let children, if the parents and the society thinks it's okay, that children can decide if they want to have relations with an adult. No, that's not okay. And my children don't belong to society, and nobody's doing that. And my children. And here's Bono. The name Paul Davison, aka Bono, appears 3 times on the flight log to Epstein Island. Disgusting POS, he is. Yeah, and he tries to act like he's a Christian. We know he's not. He's a paid shill. You know, these people, a lot of them are paid. Anyway, y'all need to look. There she do. Here it is. Oh yeah. Okay, this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna show you because I know it's getting late. I'm gonna look at and see if anybody wrote anything. Hey Rowan, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I was on the other page. I was trying to find this thing again. They cut off the Kathy O'Brien and the Emma's podcast, Imagination and Kathy O'Brien. And we've all been on Twitter figuring out what's going on. And I showed it earlier. Well, I can show it again. Where they blocked her off of YouTube for that interview and said it went against the truth community or went against truth or something, when actually that's all Kathy O'Brien does is talk about the truth. So we can tell these people are running scared because the truth is actually coming out. Like she says all the time, this is the Great Awakening, and they're horrified of it. They are horrified. Okay, so let's listen to this. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, if you got a little ginger ale or something, sit it beside you because you might have to throw up after seeing this. Okay. This is something. Okay, this is very heavy. I got to go back over there to get it. So if I don't see what you're writing, I'll come back in a minute. So I got to go over to Twitter. I'm going to make this.
The community and the child.
Oh no!
If the child, so does
we got to hear
the community.
Okay,
so,
now this woman.
So I think that.
Okay, let me let you know to look this up. Elon Musk and this woman have ties. Okay, whenever I made this video and retweeted it the other day on Twitter, within 5 minutes, and I have never gotten a strike or in trouble on Twitter at all. Within 5 minutes after I tweeted this video, I was suspended. And it was it was the thing that Rihanna did also at the Super Bowl halftime show or whatever. So I think that okay, this is, just get ready for this. And this is the last thing I'm gonna show tonight. Like I said, it's already 12:28, so it's getting late. I was so late getting started.
The community and the child, if the child so desires to have intercourse with an adult, the parents, caregivers, and anyone that's, I mean, it's just what I just said. That would be up to if the child has desire, and if the community also decides that the person that they're supposed to have intercourse with is not using force, fraud, coercion, manipulation. So I think that the community and the child, if the child so desires to have intercourse with
now, did y'all just hear that? The community. What the heck does the community have to do with any of our children making such a decision as that? And why is it okay for a child to make that kind of decision?
Intercourse with an adult, the parents, caregivers, and anyone that's, I mean, it's just what I just said. I that would be up to if the child has desire, and if the community also decides that the person that they're supposed to have intercourse with is not using force, fraud, coercion, manipulation. So I think that the community and the child, if the child so desires to have intercourse with an adult, the parents, caregivers, and anyone that's, I mean, it's just what I just said.
I know I keep looping this, but it's almost unbelievable, and you have to play it over and over because you're just like, are you frigging kidding me? I mean, are you for real right now? This person's name is, has she changed her name again? Well, it's Elijah Blue. Elisha Blue. Eliza Blue, excuse me. Oh, I didn't mean to call her out of her name. Eliza Blue is mentally ill. Yes, she is. That woman says she is a trafficking survivor. She may be, but she's also a groomer. She is nothing more than another Ghislaine Maxwell. That's what she is. Because I can tell you right now what woman, what nasty, sick woman she is to say such a thing as that, to say that if the child decides. Children can't decide those kind of things. That's why they've got parents. That's the thing I'm talking about. It is just unreal. This stuff is just so disgusting. What do y'all think, seriously, about that? Do y'all think that, I mean, that woman needs to be looked into? Don't y'all think so? I'm just saying. Yes, up there. Let's see. I'll do your banner. She said she saw Megan's 5-day-old baby getting stolen by fake child protective services, child sacrifice agency. Yes, and that was one of the most difficult things I've watched in a long time. I'm not even kidding. That is so emotional. That's going to have to be another show in itself. And I will do it because I'm really trying to help Megan. I mean, I don't have a lot of viewers or anything like that, but I know that the viewers that I do have compassion and they have big hearts. And I know they're willing to all try to get her story out as well. I mean, think of the giant she's facing. Her father is a huge figure, a huge public figure. But tell me this, how interesting is it that the National Center for Exploited and Missing Children just gave Hunter Biden an award? Well, like I said, he was collecting it for his brother, but regardless of that, it's disgusting. It really is. And, I just had to expose this because I feel like that if we continue to be silent about it, okay, then we're not going to ever be able to wake people up. It is our complacency that has allowed this to happen far. If we would have been in the game, paying attention, you know, uh, you know, seriously, like trying to fight for our children, it would have never gotten this far. But we've allowed it to get this far because we have sat back and let the enemy just run roughshod. And he is truly after our kids. There's no question about that. But this is what's happening also. This Asbury revival popping up, other revivals popping up all over the country. I'm sorry, my husband's snoring over there in the chair. But the revival is fixing to hit. It really is, and it's hitting in pockets. And I believe, but it's going to spread like a wildfire with these embers that are being blown by the Holy Spirit and blowing on a little tiny ember until it's just like a raging furnace, and it's going to spread, and it's going to spread, and repentance has to come with it. But I believe that we could possibly, have a little more time if we would repent and just call on the name of the Lord to help us. Okay, here's Kathy O'Brien's page. and this is her transformation.com page. This is the real Kathy O'Brien. And she's also talking about her transformation or her trans book, not her transformation book and the trans movie, which I would suggest anybody go watch. I mean, it is a must see if you want to know what is really going on and what their agendas really are and who really is sick when you thought they might be a good person. They're not. She's giving some good advice to people who are having sleep problems. And I reposted or retweeted one of her tweets, and then she retweeted one of mine, and like that was the biggest honor because honestly, like I have watched this lady for so long, and there was nobody back then to go to all to find anything out like this if you had been in this situation. And there was nobody until Kathy O'Brien came forward and she said, I'm not going to continue this way after her husband, who was FBI, rescued her. Thank the Lord. That's the podcast again. And just talk about cannabis, and how it can open the neural pathways, and so that we're not as brainwashed. This is talking about the Bohemian Grove, and it says he was always a pedophile, liar, a moron that could easily be bought and blackmailed. He was with Joe Biden. He was installed to make controlled demolition seem like incompetence, which that's exactly true. We know that's what's happened. He's not running anything. And I would just suggest that you come on her page here, and just because she really has so many good stories and she's got so many good things to help people with. Okay, here's mine. All right, this is what I had written to her in response to something else. And I put, wow. Oh, it was to somebody else who had gotten to interview her. I put, this is mine right in this area right here. It says, replying to Kathy O'Brien, wow, how blessed to chat with the pioneer, trailblazer, and voice before we had one. Felt I was losing it. Felt so guilty for memories. What was wrong with me? Kathy's testimony changed my life. My long journey to understand, forgive, and heal. Thank you, at the real Kathy O'Brien. And that was so sweet because she retweeted it and put right there, cheers to self-control and inner peace. Free thought is sacred. Indeed, healing is a process, not an event. Yet is an absolute. I love the way she wrote that. Absol, and then she put soul bigger, like SOUL. Loot. Celebration every step of the way. And then transformation, which is a time to heal. And that is on Amazon, and she is an audio read by her. And I think you can listen to that free actually on Amazon, with a free trial membership. I would suggest you do it. I'm going to do it for sure. And she has just got so much information. Like, honestly, that's why I tell everybody go look at the movie. Seriously, go look at it, because the knowledge that it took to get all that stuff and the years that it took to get all that stuff, there's no way I could sit down with somebody and even explain it to them in 2 hours. It is so much information. There's just no way. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here because my husband, bless his heart, he's going over there to sleep, and it's 12:38, and I know everybody's tired, but I'm so thankful that you all came on here tonight, and I hope that you look at the video at the front that I put up there, because I do feel like it has a lot to do with what we're going through right now. And I do say I wish people would support their local artists, or their artists that are trying to do it by themselves, and they're not signing pacts with these music labels anymore, because those people actually do. They want your soul. That's what they want. And they want to control you like a slave. So, and that's what they do. So I'm so proud of all these people who are doing a lot of this on their own. And we have got to give them a big round of applause. Like, seriously, because they're not selling out. And I'm proud of that. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, well, it's Sunday now, so have a wonderful Sunday, and might see you later on tomorrow or tomorrow night. Bye, Rowan, if you're still on here, and Callie, if you're listening, because I know you said y'all were cooking, and yeah, you're right, fascist too. Um, Let me see if I can go up and see any more. But anyway, those that were still on here, I just want to thank you for coming up and being with me tonight. And it was last minute. I didn't even advertise or anything. But I love you guys very much. Gerald, let's see, Callie Karen said, um, Gerald Ford was a try. Oh, yeah, he would try anything. And remember what she said about Bill Clinton, too? Um, that he leaned a little more on the boy side. She had limited experience with him. She had a lot more experience with Miss Hillary Clinton. Or as I call her, Miss Killary. Yeah. But anyway, yes, bye, Callie. I love you, sweetheart. And I'm going to try to get back on here tomorrow, sometime tomorrow afternoon, if y'all are free. But if I do, I will post it in the morning so that it'll notify y'all so that you can get on here. All right? Well, and I'm probably going to make a couple of you my moderators because sometimes, it does get like, I don't get a lot of people in here at once, but there was a couple of times where I had several people in here, and I made Rowan one of them, and I'm probably going to just make another one or two of you one, just so that if anybody gets in here and starts acting really bad. Now, like I said the other day, I handled that and just prayed with the guy and rebuked any kind of thing that was going on in him. So hopefully it helped, regardless of why he was here. And, I welcomed him back. So we'll see. But if people get too bad, we have to, say bye-bye. But anyway, all right. Good night. I love you.